Good afternoon and welcome to our interview today with Delvin Wilford, a longtime Grundy County Museum board member and definitely a person who keeps us all in line financially. But before he was a board member, to me, he was my 7th and 8th grade science teacher. So Delvin and I have known each other and have been friends for many years. But to begin with, Delvin, as a longtime member of the Grundy County Museum, can you tell us how the museum began 50 years ago, since it is our 50th year anniversary?
Yeah, this all happened back in 1975. Group of people got together and decided they wanted to form a museum. So really it started out up in the library. Started out in the North Library, and then it moved to the first name of the association was the Grundy County Historical Society, and that still stands today.
As part of the definition.
It's Grundy County Historical Society. And the location that moved from the Jewett North Library over to Grundy County on Main Street. And then it started moving a little more. We started out with what we call the McVeigh building, and that would be the main building on of the museum. And then it moved from there, and it started increasing, and Nick and Sherry McCard gave us a building, basically, and that was the annex building.
With our military
building. So that was another addition to it. And then in 1994, the committee decided they wanted to expand it a little more, so they went out to Baker School out by the where the Grundy Electric is now, basically. But they started there, and then took the top off of the building so they could move it, because they moved it from out there where Grundy Electric is now, and they brought it in, had to go under power lines and things like that. That's the reason they took the top of it off to get it to move in there. So they moved it in and put it back together. So that became our rural school edition. We have done tremendous amount of work on these buildings, up into the thousands of dollars. In fact, the McVeigh building, we have had it tuck pointed and done a lot of work on it, somewhere in the neighborhood of $120,000.
Yes.
And then they come along with another 100. Well, I guess the McVeigh building would have been started out about $130,000 or something like that. Then they come along and they added on the windows they said needed to be worked on. So that was another, what, the windows themselves cost us somewhere in the neighborhood of $30,000.
Yes, and then we also tuck pointed the annex building.
The annex building had been painted on the east side, and it was old white paint. And so we just decided that we wanted to tuck point it. Well, that involved an awful lot of expense because we had to take out all of the old white paint and caulking on that east side and take it all out and redo it and tuck point it and put brick in it where there was brick missing. And so that was another thing that we got done and wanted to be done. And
one of the construction workers happened to catch me while I was there, and they had just finished taking all the white paint, which was a rubberized paint. And he said, I want you to touch right here. And I touched where he told me to, and the concrete or the mortar between the bricks, my finger went all the way through. And he said, if you people had not planned this to be retuck pointed when you did, in 5 years, this whole wall would have caved in. So we were desperate for some upkeep there. That was the most expensive facility upgrade that we have had in my time, and I think in your time as well, right? So our buildings, we decided infrastructure would be of importance during our 50th year. And these were some of the recommendations that the public asked us, or not the public, but the people who assessed our building for insurance purposes felt was most needed.
And the thing goes on. The city of Trenton gave us a red brick area for one block.
Yeah.
And it's all, and that's right north of the McVeigh building. And that has been, we've done a lot of work on that and put in new sidewalks and side railings and things like that. So we still have a couple of main ideas, well, maybe more than that, I guess. See, where did we got it? We got an elevator from
the Methodist Church.
From the Methodist Church. Mr. Patterson gave us the elevator, and because that's what he gave to his wife, and he gave it to us. So we have it sitting in our building, but we don't have it put together yet. And then
we're waiting until we can afford to redo the main building and incorporate the elevator so people can go to the third floor and enjoy the children's section and the religious part of our building.
So
handicap accessible did not exist when we purchased our 3 buildings. So as time allows and income allows, we are trying to make all of our buildings handicapped accessible. And I might mention the road that Delvin reminded me of, I'd forgotten about. We've shared that with the college. NCMC has helped pay the bills as well as will help upkeep part of the road because it connects the college and the museum. It's the last uncovered brick street in Trenton.
We put in air conditioning
Yeah.
for the main building. We've got that done. We have a furnace, and it's not complete yet.
No.
And we need to work on that furnace. Well, also one of the things that we wanted to do was to do repairs on the floor of the McVeigh building. If you walk into that building, that old carpet, you may stumble over the wrinkles in that old carpet. So that's one of the things we're going to do. And when we get that done and put in a new flooring, then we also need to do some more work on the interior of the building. Let's just say we need to paint the inside of the building.
Need to have permanent wall coverings of some kind because they are concrete walls and the dust and stuff sifts down over time. But these are all of our future goals. Right now, we're working on getting the caboose so that children can enjoy it again. Remember all the times we'd have kids go into that caboose and they'd love to play, engineer, climb around in there. And unfortunately, the wood has rotted away to the point where it's unsafe, and we're so afraid a child might be hurt that at this time we have closed off the caboose and we're in the process of working on it right now. So
I don't know which we're looking for money to
do that with you.
So,
well, Delvin, tell me, very fond memories of Jenny, your wife. She worked with us on the board as hard as Delvin. What were some of the events that you and Jenny and the rest of the board planned that you felt were most successful at the museum?
I don't know, we said so many things that needed to be done, and we did get a lot of them done.
Mm-hmm.
But there's still several of them that we didn't get them done.
No, but we will.
So,
But talk about some of the exhibits that were so good in the past that really drew people in. Like New Harmonies is the one that pops up in my mind.
That kind of brought things together because that was drew people to the museum for that.
There have been several exhibits from New Harmonies until the present day. We started changing the exhibit area each year on the main floor of the main building. This year we happen to be dealing with notables, Mabel Burrell. You're going to have to help me with this now. Atkinson. Who else do we have?
Vernon Meeks.
Vernon Meeks, yes, the first bus driver.
Marvin Lures.
Marvin Lures. I've been there, but I've forgotten all of them. I have to draw it up from memory, and as old as I am, drawing that stuff up's not always workable. And then we also had a Coca-Cola exhibit that was very successful.
Rex Burris.
What?
Rex Burris is
Yes,
the other
Rex Burris was the other one. We have had several groups and organizations that identify possible exhibits for us. At this time, we're working with notables, trying to talk about the individuals that helped our community exist and better itself through the years.
We have a good board of trustees, but we could still use more members.
Any of you are interested, feel free to give us a call.
When you join the museum board of trustees, you're not just joining for membership, because it's a working membership. So once you say yes, I'll be a member on the board, you're volunteering to be not only a member of the board, but you're also going to be looked upon as another worker. So,
A docent,
yeah.
a cleaner. What else do we do, Delvin, all the time?
Well,
There's always something.
we've
Delvin, what else would you like to talk about? I'm talking and you're the one that knows more about it than I do.
I'm not real sure when I started working on the board. I follow Bob Chenoweth.
Uh-huh.
A lot of you know Bob Chenoweth. And he gave up his position. I didn't want to be the chairman, so I got to be a little more.
Treasurer.
So I guess when you sign up as a member of the board, as a on the board, once you sign up, it's not a 3-year term. It's more like, well, how long are you going to live? See, I followed Jim Brody. Jim Brody was on there for several years, but then I followed him.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, we do have a person who said he would come on the board if I get to the place where I can't do it. And that's maybe sooner than you think.
We hope not. Yeah.
So, but no, that's pretty much it, because we have several very hardworking board members, and we would sure enjoy having more, because more in this case can help us to go ahead with these projects that we have planned. But we're at a point where we can't do it, even though we are a working board. We can't do the work. We can help plan the thing, but for us to go in and manually put in the air conditioner or the furnace, we can't do that. But we can help plan it and help buy supplies and things like that. But no, it's something that if you want to do something, it's a lifetime thing. But it may not be all that bad. So,
All right.
so no, I think that's pretty much it.
Okay.
50
Well, thank you,
years.
Delvin. We appreciate all your knowledge. And we would also like to invite all of our community, visitors, friends, to visit us at the museum. We're open from Memorial Day until Missouri Days. And you're welcome to come in on Saturdays, 1:30 until 4, and Sundays, 1:30 to 4, and all holidays between that time period. So, we have one special event that we enjoy seeing lots of people attend, and that's in November when Santa Claus comes to the museum. And of course, Santa helps us a great deal at the museum as a board member also, just to make sure we keep things going correctly. So be sure and stop and see us sometime during the summer or the season at Missouri Days, at the activity or the arts area, at the Rock Barn, and then of course with Santa.